Sports Talk Live for the culture. We're back this Saturday afternoon after being on a hiatus last week. I'm here with my man Duke. How you doing, Duke?
What's going on, brother? I'm good.
We get into the meat of everything's going on now.
Hey, this is what we wanted, dude.
It's really good. We got some fall weather. The temperature didn't drop.
It's dropping. This is when it gets real. Get something on that head and around that neck.
This is what they call a pad clacking weather.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day when
everybody doesn't want to hit when it's cold now.
Yeah, y'all, I love that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? When it's crisp in the air. Oh, that's when I did my best work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Definitely. And it's me and Duke here today. We got the other guys, they vacationing.
We're going to represent for the usual suspects.
Yeah, represent. We got the good-looking guy, Doug's out there. His son's homecoming, playing football, starting tackle for William Penn. Nate's out there trying to do something with the Broncos. I think Jonathan's out there putting in that OT. He tried to
it's all positive.
It's all positive. But definitely... what I want to do, jump into and get started with is the National Football League, the NFL.
It's getting toasty, right?
We talk about a major move was made, a trade. Jalen Ramsey was traded to the Los Angeles Rams. They gave up their first-round pick in 2020 and 2021 and a fourth to acquire the services of the mercurial defensive back, viewed as one of the best or the best defensive back in the league, a man-to-man cover. What do you think about that? That was a steep price to pay. 2 first-round picks coming off an embarrassing loss to the 49ers. They made a move to go out and get Ramsey. What do you think about that, dude?
Well, first and foremost, you have to love the pick and you have to love the aggressiveness. For the simple fact is this, okay? I would have a problem with that if this was like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. They're in the hunt.
Miami. Yeah. Okay, why would you bring a top-tier corner who's arguably, right, the best, right? It's an argument for one or two, whatever. But why would you bring a top-tier corner to an organization that's not winning and is not, ready to take the next step? So I would find a problem with it if you were one of those teams, the bottom of the barrel teams. Mm-hmm. Being that the Rams are not one of those teams, they were just in the Super Bowl, the Rams, all right? So being that they're not one of those teams, it makes sense in the world for them to do so, being that your worth is, if you are, to me, is that you are a top quarterback, a top left tackle, a top safety, top wideout,
and a
rusher, then you are worth 2 first-round picks if your team is in the mix. So it was a no-brainer for them to go get that guy. So now they have 2 unstoppable studs. They have Aaron Donald, and they have Jalen Ramsey. It's no question about what those 2 bring for the table. Did they give up a lot? I say no. They didn't give up a lot.
If you think where they're going to be picking from,
right? And so you are in the playoffs every year, right?
Yeah.
So where are you at 26?
Yeah.
Like, can't you find guys like in the second round that can possibly do what a guy that's the 30th pick or 27th pick? Last I checked, New England's always there, and it seems like they can kind of plug in, quality players. You can find these guys out there.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at Dallas, would they take the 25th pick overall from Amari Cooper?
Yeah, man.
Same with Chicago. They would take like 27th for that.
And you're in the mix. Every year you right there. It seems like your team is in place.
Yeah.
So with him, it's not going to hurt you. So what happens if you go, if they go to the Super Bowl this year or even miss the Super Bowl? Are you going to say to yourself, man, I shouldn't have gave away Ramsey because we got a first-round pick? Your first-round pick was going to be a 25th pick.
Yeah, 27th pick.
For this guy. So it's a win-win for them.
It's all about talent. It's all about acquiring players. And draft picks are a gamble.
And that market, we can't forget about that market.
Oh, Los Angeles.
You need faces in that market.
Yeah, you need Los Angeles. You need personalities. And you can't afford not to be doing well because they won't be there.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to be in the States. There's a lot of other things to do in L.A. to get involved in. to go watch a bad football team.
Yes.
Most definitely. So I think they're very aggressive. It'll be interesting to see. They got manhandled by the 49ers. We'll talk about them a little bit later.
Did they? I know who didn't get manhandled by them was my Steelers. But that's another story.
For another time. Black and gold nation. One of the main things has been, as we talked about before, and with the NFL this year, has been injuries. It seems like that's the main stay of health, who's healthy, who's not healthy. You're playing a team that has good wideouts and all your D-backs got hamstring problems. You're going to have trouble. The Eagles saw that with the Vikings because Kirk Cousins lit them up. But injuries have been a big key decision. And injuries to the quarterback.
They are always around the corner.
And the thing about it is the league has made strides to kind of protect these guys, and we're going to do everything. I mean, Sam Donald saying mono, but besides that, everybody else in that picture is a result of an injury or compound injuries. Breeze, Trubisky, Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger, and now Patrick Mahomes. And the Steelers lost their second string quarterback too. Also got a concussion. The league seems to be, and it's interesting. I think with the rules, and I want to get your opinion on this, with not being able to play defense in the secondary. Can't hit anybody. It's really touchy-feely. The only real mean of defense in this pass-happy league is to go get the quarterback and put the quarterback on his behind. Put him on his back. Well, as Al Davis said, the quarterback must go down hard.
Well, you got to read the fine print in that, too, because you can't hit him too hard. You got to put him down, but you might have to pick him up and sit him down.
Lightly. But the quarterbacks are still getting hurt. I think it stems from, the only way we really can defend is to go after the quarterback. And, you're throwing a ball, you get hit. You're rolling out, you get hit. And it's interesting. What do you think about that? Because these are, 5 top starting quarterbacks. Donaldson, a young guy on the come up, that are out. They're not playing. Donaldson just got back last week, beat my Dallas Cowboys, but we're not gonna talk about that. What do you think about the injuries with the top quarterbacks and just injuries in general?
Well, injuries, they are inevitable, right? They are going to happen. Some,
or fluke.
Worse than others, right?
Do you think they're not hard enough? You think the lack of practicing, the lack of
I think it's a combination of things. I think one particularly is overtraining.
Okay.
I think that these guys think that they have to be 6 and 7 days a week.
They don't rest.
Pushing. Yeah, they have to push. And I got to get better. I got to get this money. Well, guess what? Your body got to get some rest somewhere in between that. So there's the groin, there's the Achilles, because there's no question that you're in shape. Yeah. We know that you're in shape now with all the weights and all the training and the running. We know that. But you are overtraining, I think. Yeah. And because you don't let your body rest, this is what happens. And, because you're seeing injuries too. You see guys throwing the ball, right? Nobody's touching them. Yeah. You see guys running one way or running the other way. Nobody's touching them. They just go down. I think it's because there is no rest. You have to let the muscles and, your body, period, to recover. Mm-hmm. You can't beat your body up for 4 and 5 hours of this training and come back the next day and do it again for 7 days a week. Okay. Where's the rest? Right?
Yeah, definitely. You got to let it recoup. You got to let it regenerate.
Right.
And if you don't get those opportunities, you tend to break down. We're seeing soft tissue injuries with hamstrings, not like broken bones or torn, meniscuses and things like that, ACLs. We're seeing a lot of soft tissue injuries in the NFL, and it's really is the key to how this season is. I've always said, the NFL right now, it's about who's healthy and who's hot in December.
Yeah, and that's just what it comes down to.
If you have the potential to be healthy and hot and won some games early and get home field advantage, you have the potential, to do well. And it's going to be interesting to think, because when we talk about, with Andrew Luck, he retired. Mm-hmm. A lot of people said early, he said, look, I got other things I could do with my career, with my life, and I'm going to take those opportunities. I love football. I played it for 9 years professionally. My body was broken up. I'm going through it again, and I'm going to move on. Do you think after we get through, the Breezes, the Brady's, kind of that old school, group of quarterbacks, guys that played, that we're going to move on to the point where these guys do 10 years to get a couple contracts and say, hey.
Well, that was the saying for a guy who gets in. They want to get like 10 years. It's like they want to get 10 years, and like especially the guys who don't come in
with the big
get these big contracts 10 years because you want to be able to establish that healthy pension and you know those second contracts. That's the one you want.
Yeah.
Like the first one is just like, okay, I had to take care of moms, and I had to do this, and I had to get out of this debt. When the second one comes, now you start saying to yourself, I might got only 4 years left, right? Because you got enough now.
Yeah.
But that I think the 10-year mark is what you shoot for. The money is why a lot of the guys play. Not all of them, but the majority of them play for the check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just playing for the check, and you can't blame some of them because they look at their lifestyles. You know, a lot of people are dependent upon them to get this Monday morning game check.
Yeah, and
right, it's a beautiful thing.
And Luck didn't have that. Luck wasn't. He came. His dad played in the league, good investments and stuff. So it wasn't a necessity for him to keep playing like that.
Right.
He had other things.
So it makes it easier for him to shut it down.
Yeah, Stanford degree, architectural engineering, like.
And let's be honest, right? When you have backgrounds like that, there is a large percentage that has to be football, obviously, but I guarantee you there are some blueprints laying around somewhere where you sat back and you peeked at them, and you got estimates for what you want to do. That's just because the environment that you probably grew up in and things like that.
And I think that's true too. And you have that lineage there about, look, I've been a professional athlete. I know about investments. I know about taking care of myself and taking care of my body, and it's time to move on. And definitely that's what he did. This will be interesting to see because what do you think? Also, I wanted to jump back real quick and talk about we talk about the quarterbacks and quarterbacks coming in and playing, but there's another thing I want to talk about with the QBs is the MVP candidates and these backups that are coming in and looking like, some people may not get their job back.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cam because Drew Brees is coming back. But right now, my MVP candidates are Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's been playing out of his mind, playing real well. Russell has been doing that too. But interesting enough, Teddy Bridgewater and Kyle Allen for the Panthers have really held the fort down, with their start quarterbacks being out, the game plans that they've been constructed in for the Saints and their defensive line play, but you still need the quarterback play.
You can't go nowhere without him.
And the Arizona Cardinals defensive coordinator said it was more difficult preparing for Allen than it was preparing for Cam. And Allen,
I'm not going to say that. Now you mess around with money. But it's what it is. It's what it is. Look, these guys are pros for a reason. Whether you talking Pee Wee League, high school, college, they've been in big games. Yeah. Now, pros are different, but the feeling is the same, and you want to be out there is in you.
Yeah.
You just, it's a saying that's been around, and it's not going anywhere. You got to, stay ready.
Yeah.
You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
And this is what this backup situation is about, because listen, we know how gruesome football is, right?
You only one play away.
You one play away, so you have to stay ready, right? Because the chances of you getting called to perform is probably a 90% chance. Now, the ones who haven't gone down, that's luck. That's what that is in this game anyway.
Yeah.
So if you look at the guys that we're talking about, Bridgewater, we know that he could play football. Like, it was no question, but he got injured. He was a starting quarterback for the Vikings, and if he didn't go down, he would still be in Minnesota right now. Who knows what would have happened? Yeah. Because when he was there, they did not need a quarterback. Yeah. So the discussion is not about him. It's about getting back to where you wanted to be. Russell, I can say this about him. If he does not play for Seattle, they will be wearing bags on their heads in the stadium. Can we agree?
Yes, exactly.
So he's that important. And as far as Deshaun Watson, I mean, listen, national championship, we talked about them big games.
Yeah, big
Clemson
game pedigree.
Powerhouse, right? You just translated it to the pros.
Yeah.
Because, we already know what the black eye is for, black quarterbacks coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I don't want to, this guy can't. Okay, I'm going to show you.
Well, it was interesting because Chicago Bears took Trubisky over him and Mahomes.
Right.
Maybe turned out to be one of the biggest misses.
I mean, look, we watching it. We're watching.
Since who's the kid out of Kentucky they took over Jordan?
Oh, Bowie,
Sam Bowie. Yeah. From Pennsylvania, from Lebanon, PA, by the way.
So basketball is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Being 7 footer to scare you. You'll be like, oh, I know he got to do something.
Yeah.
Coming to find out, he can't dunk. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But Carolina. I mean, listen, as a businessman, is wins and losses.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how Carolina's moving.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, do y'all miss Cam?
Yeah,
do y'all miss the, is him being in the locker room and keeping everybody loose? Do we really need that when we getting W's?
Yeah.
And you're $100 million quarterback too, so you start looking at stuff like that probably as an owner. Like, wait a second, I know. Look, $2.5 million comes out of here every Monday morning.
Yeah.
And I got a guy who's, not even making close to that, but we're winning. But you're going to think about some things. Yeah,
definitely. It definitely is going to put you into a position where you're like, okay, yeah, we got to take a long hook. We may, usually what they do is we're going to wait till Cam's 100% healthy.
When is that? Because we've been waiting for that for like 4 years.
Yeah, they said.
I personally think with him, he's going to do the luck thing.
Okay.
Just because I think he's a huge guy, right? What's Cam 6'5", 250?
Yeah.
All right, you're a big guy. I think he's playing all off strength now.
Yeah.
Like just because his arm is strong, you're gonna get all arm now.
Yeah.
So wherever your injuries are, I think that all your power is in your arm just to survive, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that one should be to take a full year off. And I think if he comes back from probably doing something like that, I think it might be over for him. I mean, think about it. How long has he been trying to get his body together?
Yeah, he's taking a lot of.
It's been like 3 or 4 years probably.
Yeah,
like,
he's
I'm
dropped
not
a lot
talking
of weight.
about,
He's going vegan too.
Right. So I'm not talking about like a toe injury.
Yeah.
We've done the shoulder. I think the knees have been like it's some real significant injuries that has happened to him. That you after a while y'all start looking down the road because you got your purse is pretty well protected now with the you got $100 million contract. So we have been looking for this guy to perform since that Super Bowl run?
He didn't die
Seems
for the
like
ball.
after that you've been banged up, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think Big Ben might have seen his last days.
Okay.
I think that the Steelers, being a first-class organization, I think that they are going to allow him to come back, to go out like he supposed to go out. But I think once Rudolph, because it was a shame that he had got hurt this last game, but I can see him, because he wasn't doing anything to hurt the Steelers and losing. So I think moving forward, I think they're going to end up going with him. He has to get some more games under his belt, get a few more weapons, and I think they're going to end up going with that. And it might be the last that we see of Ben now. As far as New Orleans probably has the best insurance policy in the National Football League. When your superstar goes out and you don't skip a beat. It's like, take your time and get ready.
Yeah, and they're winning football while
we're
going to run
football games while you're doing it. And looking good. And looking good while doing it.
And as defense and pounding the ball always does well.
Oh, it always works. Hey, listen, if you're a quarterback, hey, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
And definitely one of the situations with them and their defensive front, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later when we talk about the San Francisco 49ers who've been playing out here. But I want to talk about also one of the big things that has been a topic of discussion is the officiating. Flags. I usually don't like to get involved in it, but if you watch the Dallas Jets game last Sunday, there were 6 consecutive plays with a flag. If you watch the Monday night game with Detroit and Green Bay, there were some late calls there that influenced the game. There's been a lot of talk about just the inconsistency in officiating from group to group, how things are called, and it seems like that more so this year early. What do you think, dude?
Well, first, before we get in this, we got some shout-outs.
Oh, shout him out.
Mr. Hakeem Chandler, what's up?
Hey,
JJ Stalin, out of University of Arkansas. We're going to get into your Razorbacks, but, we'll talk about that at a later time. Robert Farmer down in the TPA. What's up, cuz?
Hey, what's up, Robert?
Aaron Dow Usher, how are you? Robert Lombardi, Mr. Michael Waddy, David Harper. What's up, cuz?
Hey, what's up, cuz?
Wanda Brown, Greg Harris, Rodney Evans, K.A. Kareem Anderson, West Virginia State alum. What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Muhammad Alqui, what's up? Thanks for joining.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for tuning in.
So flags.
I
think
National Flag League. A lot of people call it.
I think a lot of it's about control. I think they kind of overdoing a whole bunch. Like they not letting these guys play.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when they actually should be allowed to be reviewed. Mm-hmm. Refs make mistakes.
Yeah.
All right. The play that is on the other side of the field, and I'm talking about maybe a corner or a wide out. Now I'm not talking about anything significant as far as the hold around the neck to get to the quarterback. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the play that went for a touchdown and somebody might have fell on top of somebody by accident or where their momentum took them into somebody's knee. You want to throw a flag on that and take the touchdown away, or the receiver grabbed me and then I grabbed him back. The little touchy stuff, but the ball went over his head and it wouldn't affect the play, but you still had to throw the flag. You got to come on with that. That's in the way of the game. So, I think it's about control. And the refs want you to know that, listen, I'm in control of this game right now. You need to do what you got to do. And the players know for the most part. If they wrong, they'll admit that they wrong. And they got the eye in the sky. Yeah. And the same thing should go for the refs. Look, if you throw a flag and you see an uproar and it's like, I don't know if I did the right thing, then go review it. Because that's what the cameras are there for. Review the flag, and if it's not, take it up, and then you keep going. They are, in a way, we've seen so many games that flags shouldn't have been thrown, and it was just penalties that just were crazy, but they ended up costing the teams the game.
Yeah, it stops the momentum, the flow of the game. Like there's a play. It's like, is there a flag? Is it going to be a flag?
Right. And then we see it on TV and we say, nah, come on, are you serious?
You made that call, that doesn't,
Hey, review it just like we did. Yeah. Like, do they ever do that? When the ref throws the flag, do they ever say, okay, sorry, it wasn't a holding call, it wasn't pass interference?
Usually you get the apology the following Monday.
After we lost.
after you took the L,
right.
The league admit, that was wrong. That was a statement. See? And that's the statement they released on the Detroit Packers game, where they weren't illegal hands to the face on third down that extended the Packers' drive twice. They came up and admitted and said, hey, that wasn't the case. We're sorry, our bad. But Detroit still lost a critical game, which could have helped them later down in the division, being able to get a W in Lambeau, because they play the Packers really well in Detroit inside the Dome. That could be a division swinging game there.
Absolutely.
And you come up, and I think the part about it is you don't want your league to lose its integrity. And then when you get into so many questions about the officiating, it gets to the point where, what's the integrity with the league? Like, what's going on? Like, where are these penalties coming from? It seems like some teams are more fortuitous with penalties than others. It's just like an interesting take on exactly what's going on in the league.
Yeah, billion multi-billion-dollar companies should be able to get it together.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And you don't like to harp on it. You want the players to make the plays, but crucial calls are crucial calls, and crucial mistakes are crucial mistakes. And they're all out there for the see, and they're all out there to be reviewable. I want to jump in right now and talk about gold-blooded. The San Francisco 49ers.
Looking good.
Some say right now the best team in the NFC, may be the best team in the NFL. All the emphasis they put on their defense, their defensive line, has really come to fruition as they put together a real strong defensive presence. Kyle Shanahan is calling offensive plays. He's scheming the offense. What do you think about the San Francisco 49ers? You got them up and close. I mean, the Steelers could have beaten them. They had 5 turnovers. They played sloppy, but still found their way to win. Dominated the Rams.
As a football fan, I love them.
Yeah.
You know, because in all phases of the game, they are playing football.
Yeah.
And their mentalities that I don't care who you are, we are going to do this the way we want to do it, and we are going to be physical doing that. And that's how you play the game.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you play the game. You be physical playing the game. And they are doing that. Garoppolo's looking great. They're trying to win every game.
Yeah.
They're going into the game trying to win it now. You would never thought that the Rams were a better organization than them coming into this last game.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, you supposed to be the cream of the crop in this NFC or whatever the case may be. All right, well, guess what?
We don't believe it.
No. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to beat us because we're not laying down. We don't do any of that, and they didn't. So, look, whoever you are, playing them is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Now, when you start getting in, because they are, what's up?
CJ.
So once, November and December is where you start really getting down to it because guess what? Their running game better be intact.
Yeah.
That you can't pass the ball all the time.
Yeah.
Their kicking game, everything has to be right when their weather starts breaking down. They're a California team, so that's the next phase.
Mm-hmm.
After you get past those 8 games, we're going to see, how tough that you are and if you can keep up what's going on. Because the seasons are long, man. Football seasons are long.
Yeah, it's an ebb and flow. Like right now, being the best team in, September and October puts you in position. Like, for a home field advantage, and which pays off come later in the playoff time, being able to host playoff games, get a bye week, get rested. Those are the key things. But through all the seasons in NFL, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. Like, you're going to have some winning streaks, you're going to have some losing streaks, you're going to have some injuries, you're going to have to deal with adversity, and how the team comes together and deals with adversity is going to be key.
I think they might be the best team in the NFC.
Yeah,
and you can
they're
make
playing
a case,
the best ball right now.
You can make a case for the NFL too. But like we said, listen, the other season comes, playoffs come, and that's when you measure.
Yeah, that's when the cream rises to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that NFC West with them, Seattle, and the Rams, that's going to be that's going to be a
What's not going to be fair is if not, because those 3 teams are playoff teams.
Yeah.
What's not going to be fair is if all of them don't get in.
Yeah.
That's what's not going to be fair.
It's going to be interesting because you got the
because you can't be like 10-6 or 11-5 and can't get in. Yeah. And then the team who wins the division is 8-8.
Yeah.
That's not, because you're not the best team.
That could have been NFC East. We'll talk about that a little bit later moving forward. But yeah, because I definitely want to get into this week. We got some interesting games coming up this week. Definitely take a look at the schedule up here on the screen. Let me throw that up there. You got one of the key matchup. Let's jump right into it. Division matchup is the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys, 8:20 Sunday night.
The game that I'm going to watch that, but I'm going as a football fan, and I'm going for the excitement of the game and of the fans, where I can sit there and watch both of them.
So you look at this game, both teams are 3-3. Eagles, Dallas won their first 3, lost their last 3, better competition. Eagles are 3-3. They lost by 18 points to the Vikings last week. Kirk Cousins got healthy against their secondary and their defense.
And they got it together. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, talk about they got it together, hit a couple passes. It's interesting to see. You don't really know. It's kind of hard to gauge. The Eagles are banged up. Dallas has some people banged up, but they're going to play. What do you think the keys to this game is, going forward?
Eagles, Dallas?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Both of them are going through some stuff.
Yeah.
So now Dallas lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's time for them to get a win.
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's time for them to get a win.
Plus, they go into the bye next week.
Yeah, they go into. So you need this game.
Something if they lose 4 in a row and go into the bye.
I don't know.
Listen,
you start looking at history and you saying, wait a minute, let's look at the history of the game.
Yeah.
Who lost 4 in a row and still made it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Now times have changed.
Yeah.
But 4 in a row is not a real good thing. And then you got your top running back.
Yeah.
You got your franchise QB.
Yep.
You got your franchise wideout. What you doing losing 3 in a row?
Yep.
Like, what you doing that? The great teams, the good teams don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, they did lose Cooper. He only played 3 snaps against the
But
Jets.
they find a way to sneak out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if it's 1 point. They find a way to get out of there.
It's all about.
They find a way.
It's not how, it's how many.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do see Dallas pulling this off because they need it. They need this game more than anything.
Okay.
Because they don't want to get that 4th loss.
Yeah.
And it's the Eagles.
Well,
and you're home. So, if you had to, place a bet or whatever the case it is, you probably want to lean towards it because of home field advantage and the fact that they need this game. 3 in a row, they need it.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see.
We'll definitely see. We'll take a look at the Ravens versus the Seahawks. That's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson plus Russell Wilson light. The quarterback for the Ravens. Going into it, they kind of mirror each other. Defense, run the ball, quarterback make plays with your legs or with your arm. We don't care. Just do it.
Need you to get it, and it's nobody coaching.
Yeah.
After a while, you're going to coach.
Yeah.
But after a while, when that defensive end comes breathing around your back and he swings his forearm towards your head, coaching's all out the door. It's like, I need to get up out of here. Yeah. But that's going to be a game to watch.
I mean, the Seahawks help you guys out. Steelers Nation.
Hey, listen. I need Seattle to win. How about that? Can we cut the chase? That's what I need. I don't need Baltimore running down on them when we have to ultimately see Baltimore again. I don't need that. I need Seattle to run down on them because listen, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to go back to what it could have been. We're not going to go there. But handle your business, Seahawks. And I do see you sneaking up out of there at home. Where's your 12th man, all right?
Yeah, definitely. Another game, Vikings at Lions.
Another tough one.
The NFC North, a very tight division too, where we're gonna have 3 good teams: the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions, and the Bears. Don't sleep on the Bears. This is gonna be a dogfight. Somebody's not gonna get in. Somebody's
not gonna make it.
Yeah, somebody might go 9-7, 10-6, and like you said, and be home for the holidays.
And be home.
Definitely. So, what do you think about the Lions' defense? Has played well. Kirk Cousins got healthy last week. It's in Detroit. How do you see this game going?
I see Minnesota it seems like they got something going.
Okay.
They got something together. I don't trust either team.
Okay.
I don't trust them to win, but if I had to lean on somebody, it would be Minnesota just because they seem like something clicked.
Okay.
And their defense is playing well.
Yeah, they had the defense, and they seem like their offense is
right.
So and they have that other option of running the football now.
Right. So it seems like they got more things in place. They are going to a hostile environment because the game's in Detroit, but
they play in the dome and they're used to it.
Yeah. Are you scared when you go in there? Is there a fear for Detroit? I don't think so. Right. So I think that they probably evenly match, but I think I would lean towards Detroit. They got a better defense, and I think that here comes. The Vikings. This is the $27 million quarterback that you paid. So let's get something going. Let's get this victory, whether it's by, like we talked about, 1, 2, 3 points on the road. If you're a good football team, get out of there.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be interesting. And the other game I wanted to talk about it's interesting because I'm not sure if Trubisky's be back, but the Saints at the Bears. The Saints are trying to go 5-0 without Drew Brees. If they have to pull that off, and they get Brees back healthy with this confidence that we've won without him, they could be a problem in that NFC.
I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, okay.
Only because I think that they are offensively gifted enough to keep the Bears on edge.
Okay.
Not saying that they're just going to run down their throat every time they get the ball, but I see 3 and outs, no points, 3 and outs, no points, 3 and outs, no points from the Bears. So we know what that does. Right?
Yeah.
We ultimately know, but I think it's key for New Orleans to put points on the board. Right? When you on the road, 3, a touchdown, 3, a touch. You got to do that. You can't go there because what you're not going to do is Chicago is run the score up on them. You're not going to do that. They just not having that.
Yeah.
So you have to get some type of points on the road. But I'm going New Orleans to sneak out of there.
Yeah, I like the Saints as well. I'm really impressed with their defensive line. I'm really impressed with the leadership and play they're getting from Teddy Bridgewater, bridge over troubled waters. He's really helped them on. That was a great pickup as him as a backup. And it's really paying dividends because you've seen teams lose their starting quarterback and just go down. And it's like,
down.
And they get to a position where they really can't be, hey, Dane. They're really in a position where, man, we're out of it now, or we're not in the best playoff position that we thought we could. The difference between having a bye or a home game or being on the road makes it a lot more difficult, moving forward. Definitely going in and playing with the team. So it's going to be interesting to see. This weekend is going to be a lot of things. That Eagles-Dallas game will be big. And some things will really, really pan out because you're starting to see how things are taking shape. I think San Francisco made a statement. And let's see. Interesting to see if the Jets at home with Donald, their quarterback, can they make a statement? They've been playing good defense. The Jets always had a good defense, but they had no opportunity on offense for the
I think it'll be a respectable loss from the Jets. That's what I think. That sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a valiant effort.
Darnold can play.
Yeah.
He can play. He can play. There's some throws that they're on point. They're on point.
Yeah.
But I mean, you talking the Patriots. They're going to come to do what they do.
Yeah, and everything in as quiet as kept. Nobody's really talking about the Patriots. They say the Patriots, their schedule was 8-22. But that's what Belichick does. He makes sure he wins those games.
Yes.
He makes
get
sure
out of there. I mean, say get out of there. Get out of there with a win.
He'll have 2 home games in the postseason. He'll have 2 home games in the postseason. And then, they'll get to the Super Bowl. And then, he'll be ready for you come postseason. No matter who's the new genius or whoever the new offensive guru is, Belichick will be laying in wait. He's done it to the K-Gun. He's done it to the Niners. He's done it to everybody.
Be patiently waiting.
The 49ers, the West Coast, the East Coast. You don't care what offense you got.
I'm sleeping at the facility. I'm all these hours. I do have a home, but I'm not going there. I'm sleeping here. And we're going to figure out just what to do. And we're going to do it. And we're going to get out of there.
We've done it all and been it all. So it'll be interesting. But I want to jump in real quick. We're going to talk about NBA much more next week. The association, about that time.
Oh, yeah.
My take,
nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. My take, this is the most wide open NBA season I've seen in a long time, where we really have no inkling on who's the favorites. In the past few years, it's been like, Cleveland's going to be there, Miami's going to be there, they're the team to beat. Golden State's they're the prohibitive favorite. If they stay healthy, they're going to get the title. They have 3 of the best 5 players of the world on their team. This year, it's totally opposite. It's totally wide open. That's my feel, which adds excitement for everybody. Everybody's in this thing.
This is it right here.
Yeah. So, what's your take on this upcoming NBA season?
I mean, it was so much that happened via trade from AD going to the Lakers to Westbrook coming to Houston to Philly. Picking up Horford and waiting on Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he hit a 3. I saw him take one.
He hit a 3. So, it's we're waiting now. The hype is what it is. They built it up. Kyrie going to Brooklyn. It would have been even better if a healthy KD was in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But the Brooklyn Nets went to the playoffs without KD or Kyrie last year.
Yeah.
So I guess to them it's okay. We did this the previous year. Now we picked him up. We can get a little deeper because he's that great of a talent,
Yeah.
But as far as the league period, I mean, this is what you this is what we talk about.
Yeah.
You know, so it's no clear cut team that I think is just going to you can give them the chip now.
Yeah.
Golden State's still around.
Yo, definitely don't sleep on them.
They still have Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, Clay is coming off an injury, but I think that they'll be back. You got the two assassins out in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
They just picked up Whiteside.
Yeah.
So I mean, nobody Denver. We know what they did. They're not they're a regular you season.
Yeah.
But
they got
you got to deal
now,
with them.
But they're seasoned now. They've been into it. They know what it's about.
So you got to deal with them. It's exciting. Let's go. Let's toss the ball up. Let's get it. Let's get with it. And I think, but the one of the things that I am looking at is I want to see Westbrook and Harden's interaction. That's what I'm waiting on, because they are both ball dominant
guys,
and they need the ball to make things happen. They don't operate well without it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for that, and but I think that what will help them is they know each other.
Okay.
They both LA guys.
Yeah.
So it's a friendship there.
And it's kind of now or never.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a friendship there. It's a respect there. So, and they're not spring chickens, either one of them. So what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna take turns and let somebody do this one night? Y'all going, it's about what they see. I like what I heard come out of Dan Tony's mouth.
Yeah.
About they don't have to be on the floor at all times together. You know, you'll see some interchange. You will see them on the court together. You won't, because they both have showed that they can carry.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Can they carry? Yeah, they can. But they just can't get over the top. And it necessarily didn't have to be their fault. It could be what was around them. But we're gonna see. We are going to see.
Definitely. I'm excited. We're going to do an NBA show and get my basketball peoples on here, and we're going to talk some hardcore NBA, some predictions, and looking out in the weeks coming up. Definitely, the season gets started
got some studs
next week.
Coming down. I got Steven Mookie Stewart.
Okay.
Former Coppin State All-American, is currently Dell State assistant basketball coach.
Okay.
Lamar Greer. He's New Jersey royalty.
Okay.
Middle Township High School All-American. McDonald's All-American. Florida State. So some guys will be coming down visiting us. We're going to talk some ball now. That's what we're going to do.
Some talking basketball. And other story, young man that was really looking tremendous in preseason, Zion Williamson, said he's going to miss the start of the season a few weeks. I don't know how many weeks due to a knee injury. So we're going to have to wait to see Zion in, the real live NBA starting out. We're going to have to wait to see him, moving forward. What do you think about that? I think that, I feel as though he did the right thing going pro. If you're going to have a knee injury with about $135 million guaranteed. In the bank. You talk about.
Hey, listen, you got to secure the bag.
Yeah.
That's they don't. Athletes are not like now for trying to secure that bag. You got to secure the bag first, and then you go hard afterwards. You know what I mean? But as far as him, I mean, I made a comparison to him where that a combination of dudes that I'm gonna throw out there is Shaq.
Yep.
The power of Shaq. Not as Colossus, but there's the power.
Yeah.
The jumping ability of Dominique, and there's some finesse there, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I think this is the guy that we have all wrapped up in one. But it's time. Okay, we saw you dunk in college. We saw this. It's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roll the ball out, because this is a part of your life in sports that you never saw before.
Yeah. Do you think you need to drop some lbs, drop some pounds?
See, here's the thing about him, and this is one of the things that is worrisome for him. All right, so do you know anybody that came in as a young boy, and dropped? Yeah. Like, say you're 280, right?
And
you don't stay 280, right? As a young
muscular.
boy,
he's not like Haslam, that was a big guy for Miami that just got in shape.
So you don't, when you come in as a young boy, your weight is your weight now. Somebody can put weight on you, and you can drop some, but you ultimately have to, as you get older, you're gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
Like look at all the tapes.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Shaq,
Michael.
Karl Malone.
Michael.
They were once skinny and powerful at one time. Weight came.
Yeah.
So if weight is coming for you at 280, so what are you gonna be, 315?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I worry about. And having an injury.
Yeah.
Right, having an injury like an ankle injury where you can't get any cardio.
Yeah.
I don't know, because he might be growing.
Yeah.
Like, one thing is for sure, you come on with weight and you come on with height. Like, is it over? Yeah. Or is it going to keep going? I don't know. This might be a classic case of I need to get what I can get out of you immediately.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's one of the things he's going to have to probably, come down a little bit because it's an 82-game season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different, you're dealing with 82 games and then the playoffs.
It's good to have a little weight so nobody can throw you around with their other weight.
Yeah, you could be, have that strength that you need to be able to handle yourself in the paint and be able to, play against grown men. I mean, that's the whole aspect of it. And that's a part of his game. But it's a shame because he was really looking like he was going to be a treat in the preseason. He was hitting some jumpers. He was going to the hole with authority.
Hey, when you don't see nobody contest your dunk,
dunks?
that means okay,
yeah,
I don't the power and the strength. I'm not gonna go up there because I might be the one on the odd end of this trying to block it. So that's what he has right now. I don't want to be a poster. I don't want to be a poster and lose 6 weeks.
Yeah, and then you all over the internet. Not only do you a poster now, you become a meme.
Right. Oh. yeah. Tell me about it.
Like it's no longer like you're a poster of somebody. You're a meme
Tell
around the world.
About
it. Like that's what you become. You become like a meme. They be like, what happened? Oh, he got dunked on. That's what I saw. Yeah, and that's the funny part now. Like things that happen are like totally all about around the world now. Like anything that happens to you on sports, athletically, it's just not they get a snapshot of it in Kodak and it may be in a few papers. It's instantly around the world.
Oh, it's on.
And the internet is forever. Like
it's no losing.
Like it's no losing. Like and
internet wins every time.
They will definitely have you on that internet for your life. So take heed, take precaution when you go up here and try to make these plays. But yo, Duke, it was good, man.
Always.
Came in here, for a session. We'll be back next week. I think we'll be the full strength. We'll have the guys back in, Doug, Nate, and Jonathan.
Usual suspects.
The usual suspects.
We held it down for you guys today, man.
You guys, man. And Nate, it's all right. You can come back. The Broncos won some games.
We got you, Nate. We got you. I know we feel the pain.
I know you said that somebody was going to be Defensive Player of the Year, but that happens. They find women in their life and they get sidetracked. So, Von Miller. But yo, peace, and we out of here.
Peace.
Sports Talk Live for the culture. You can catch us
culture.
replay Tuesdays on Talk Radio with Troy and Indie Network. Catch us there Tuesdays at 9 o'clock for the replay of the Saturday show. We'll definitely be there. We'll talk to you later. Peace.